Hello, good evening, and welcome. We got Kerry, and later on we have got can't remember her name. Uh, Maxine, that's it, Maxine. It's right, Kerry laughing there. Yeah. Good, Kerry. Yeah. So anyway, folks, don't forget, Maxine is going to be here for about an hour, playing some of our country music and stuff like that. So that should be good. But in the meantime, I've got Kerry here, and she's a pet bereavement counsellor. How about that?
Hmm.
So yeah, let's go over to her. Well, there's a title I put up earlier on my Facebook. We'd do anything for our pets.
Hmm.
Anything.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Would you do anything for your pet?
I would try. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, as much as humanly possible that doesn't cause any unnecessary harm or distress, then yeah, of course, I mean, I've got pets and I treat them better than I treat myself more often than not. So, yeah.
Right. So what do? You just take them out and you go shopping with them and go right there. You go. You can have a dress. You can have a pair of
Oh, yeah.
trousers.
Yeah. No, they get more money spent on them than I spend on me. I've got
Oh,
four rats and
poor
spent
rat.
yeah, four rats, and I've
I think
spent
you got my
absolutely
ex.
loads.
God, I think you got my ex-wife there with her. Oh, sorry. Four rats. So
Oh,
you got
yeah,
four rats, yeah?
yeah, and I spend a fortune on hammocks and beds and
What for the rat?
ropes. Yeah, yeah, you get like little people on Etsy make little hammocks for them and little
Hammocks for the
yeah,
rats. Oh,
yeah, not like a hammock you'd have between two trees, like a little just a little piece of material that like clips up that hangs down from the bars and they can climb into it like little tunnels and things like that. Yeah.
they get more luxury than a human being does. So if
Yeah,
I
they're
went on a
spoilt.
hammock, if I went on a hammock, the hammock won't last long.
I
But
couldn't get in hammock.
oh gosh, no, I
Uh,
won't.
no.
But we, sometimes we kind of like we can be really, really kind of over the top with our pets. Do you agree?
Um, I suppose it depends what you think is being over the top.
Well,
I think
sometimes we can kind of like get them out and give them a cuddle and all that.
yeah,
Don't advise it to a great big poisonous snake, but
yeah.
you know what I'm getting at. You kind of like we pay more attention to our pets than our own partners sometimes.
Mm. For some people, they do. Sometimes the lines are blurred a bit, and sometimes yeah, maybe pets receive more of the focus. But I think that ideally, the love and attention is split equally. But I think for some people, pets do have more of a priority in their lives than the human, like some other, some human friends or relatives. But
Right.
each to their own.
Yeah, each their own. Now listen to this. Now listen to this. Um, right. Okay. This is a true story. I'm going to read this out now, but it makes me laugh. Sorry, folks, but if you see me laughing, I am so sorry. But I had to say this. Right. Okay. Here it goes. Wendy from Scotland in Perthshire is got a pet frog. The pet frog is called Herbert. Herbert is a love and joy. She got even divorced and married the frog. Um, and, and
Okay.
married the frog. She was married for 33 years, but because her husband did not like the sight of the frog jumping on the bed and jumping in between them, she got rid of her husband and kept the frog. The frog lives happily with her now, and Herbert and her has now been with each other for 5 years. Then it says here in the caption, it says, "I hope they don't miss a leap year."
Oh my god, it's
So
like a reverse Princess and the Frog star, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's
Oh,
I'm not going to say it, but I think someone's lost the loop. You know what I mean?
mm,
Can you imagine that
yeah.
replacing them
Yeah.
for a frog?
Well, yeah. Maybe there's more to it than the people letting on. No, maybe I don't know. There's some strange and unique people out there, and you know, I'm
But
one of
yeah,
I'm one of them.
but well, no, it doesn't. No, but
Yeah.
actually, you're quite. It's quite good because you are needed because who's going to be there when your pet dog dies or
Mm,
when your pet fish dies or whatever.
hmm.
It's true,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone if
Yeah.
you're there to kind of like say, okay, this is how we're going to get through it, and
Mm,
I told you this before. I subbed for about weeks when my dog died.
yeah.
Then we had to get another dog, but it didn't. It wasn't the same,
No.
is it?
No.
And
Mm,
so and what I'm trying to say, we can do, and we do everything for our pet. We
yeah.
will do because it's our pet. It's been with us for a while.
Mm,
So we've got to look after it and and keep it safe and everything. And I
hmm.
think sometimes though, people do go over the top with their pets.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
you know, I, and I think it's kind of like sometimes I think, yeah, okay, okay, but everybody's to their own though, isn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. No one really has the right to. We know our everyone has their personal opinions uh, on other people's lives, but unless you're if they're not hurting anybody and they're not hurting themselves and they're not causing any harm to themselves or others, then if they're happy, then we're we to tell them what. But I mean, I can understand that sometimes people may do things and you think, well, I personally feel that's a bit outrageous and a bit over the top. But having said that, is the person happy? Is their pet happy? You know, that's the main thing. As long as no harm's being done to either party, then just let them live
Mm,
their lives. But
mm. But
yeah.
would you leave your old man for a frog?
No. No, I wouldn't. No, definitely
you
not.
you had
Definitely
to,
not.
you had to think about that then, didn't you?
I did. I did. Don't tell him. Um,
Good.
but no, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, even
No,
for my rats, I wouldn't leave him for my rats. Even though they're tidier
no,
than he
no.
is,
Yes.
and
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's true. Us men are untidy. My wife would tell you that.
Hmm,
But what I'm trying to say is sometimes though, when it's like you as a counsellor for a pet
hmm,
bereavement, you
yeah,
must get some strange cases coming through where, like a parrot is kind of like died and it's, left this perch. It's not funny because at the end
mm,
of the day, that's someone's pet and that's someone's love,
mm,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a client where I've been like, you know, well, I'd be in the wrong job if I was to say, like, "Oh, that's ridiculous. Why are you getting upset about that?" Or, "Don't you think you're overreacting?" I would, that is, I've been completely the wrong line of work if that was my view, and it couldn't be any further from that. To me, um, whatever you lost, whatever species of animal you lost, I will support you to the fullest that I
Mm,
can, and there'll be no judgment. There'll be no, oh, why are you going on about that? It's just whatever, because that phrase just really infuriates me when people downplay somebody's loss because they don't believe or feel that that species is worthy of the level of grief that somebody's experiencing. And to that, I say, well, you're not that person. You didn't have that bond, so no one has the right to tell somebody what they can and can't grieve over. But yeah, I mean, I've had, I once spoke to a lady who worked at an aquarium in Sydney and lost one of the fish that she worked with. And people might be saying, like, "Oh, it's just, it was just a fish, and it's in
Mm,
an aquarium. It's not a pet as such." But she had a bond with it. She maintained its tank. She made sure its environment, was up to scratch. She looked after it. She was
mm,
responsible for its mental and physical well-being. And so when it died, she missed it. And I think that's the thing. We miss them no matter what they are.
yeah. Some people might say, they might say to you, look, I know you're a pet bereavement person, but are you bonkers?
Yeah, most definitely. In a way, maybe I don't know. Some people do. I've said, like, in the past, like when I say to them like what I do for a living, I either get the people that laugh outright, or they just scoff at it and just walk off,
Mm.
or the people that are like, "Oh, I can't believe you're out there. I didn't know such a thing existed." And to be honest, I
No,
don't
I
really.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah. And I don't really mind people laughing at me because it's not going to stop me doing what I'm doing. In fact, it makes me more determined.
Mm,
So the more people try to make a mockery of pet bereavement in general, the more determined I become to change people's views on it. So
yeah, yeah, and
they're,
that's what happened to me and my wife, man. We were
yeah,
putting in all the papers. We said, "Oh
mm,
well, we're going to put this into a positive," and kind of.
yeah,
So that's what
yeah,
we did. But the
yeah,
trouble is, see, some people out there are so horrible. They can be
hmm,
so horrible,
yeah,
right? But at the end of the day, it needs it really because we all moan for if it's not a human, it's something else. And children are. I was reading something the other day. Um, Children are more kind of, what can I say? They are more. Um, they are, they kind of like they get worse than the adults because when a pet
mm,
dies, right? They
mm,
the loss for them is
mm.
kind of like big loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, and for some children, like the loss of their pet is their very first experience of death at all, or
Mm,
it's the first experience of the death in their family.
mm,
So yeah, and the thing is, children, they still find, depending on their age and what have you, they're still finding their own way in the world. That they're learning all the time. They've got so much information coming at them, and then all of a sudden they're having to deal with the permanent absence of something that they loved,
mm,
and it's hard to, yeah, it can be very hard to deal with.
yeah.
um yeah.
Do you get? You don't have to tell me, but do you get some stories, right?
Mm.
You know what's coming up. Do you get any kind of like funny stories? I know you're not allowed to tell me. Funny stories come up and say, look, this is what's actually happened to my pet.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever had a story that I thought, I don't know, like, I've had people tell me like funny memories that have reminded them of their pet, and that's been good. We've had a laugh, but I've never had a situation where it's been so absurd that it was fun. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah. To be honest with you, they've all been pretty tragic tales of the losses actually. But I think if somebody, I don't know, yeah, I don't think I have. But like I said, I have had people talk about funny memories that they've had, and I try to bring up funny memories as well and trigger a happy, a funny time as well, just
yeah,
to break
yeah,
the ice a bit,
yeah. Because
break
that's
the
what you're all
tension.
about. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have heard so many stories and things about pets,
Mm,
spiders and all that. Like,
mm,
and sometimes though you've got to kind of like laugh. Sometimes because
yeah,
you
yeah. You've
do,
got to
don't you?
find something
Oh yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
break the tension.
yeah. Because it just kind of. But
Mm,
then you've got to think. Because when I first met you, I thought, oh, this is going to be funny. See what I can get from this one. And, you know, because I thought, oh, well,
Yeah,
let's get things out carry, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But, but the trouble is with you, though, you do care about your job
I
because
do.
one, you keep it all confidential, and that is
Mm,
good. Clients, will love that.
mhm.
And secondly, you don't give anything away. I've been trying for the last few months now trying to get stuff out of you, and
Yeah,
you're just, yeah, of
yeah,
course, in my own little way.
yeah.
You know,
I can't. Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, what I do is, this is when I say it's like my life and my passion. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it really is. I eat, sleep, breathe pet bereavement. I'm always thinking about it. Always,
No,
you know.
I think as I said, when I first met you, I thought,
Mm,
is she a bit bonkers or what? Then I thought, hang on,
yeah,
after listening to you several times, I
mm,
thought, no, it needs it. It really
mm,
needs it. Pet needs, pets. People need pet bereavement, and I'm
mm,
thinking, yeah, okay,
yeah.
it's why not, isn't
Yeah, no,
it?
I'm glad I changed your view because yeah, I mean, like I said, I have encountered a few people that found what I did to be a source of great amusement, and some people have felt that it's just an absolute waste of time. And but fortunately for me and for others out there, there are the majority of people out there know how serious this is and how serious I take it, and they know that I'm there. And yeah, like I said, I you
Well,
know.
people do take it seriously now because
Mm,
I've got messages here. People's having a
mhm,
go at me here. I don't hide away from you. It's like people are saying to me at the moment, "Shame on you, Steve. You're disgusting how that is. You should have if you invited her on the program, you should have had full decency, entirely right. Um, but that's the way. Some I don't. She did change my mind. Everybody, she did. Yes, yeah, and I'm
mm,
totally for it, and I can understand it.
yeah. And I am a bit
Um,
bonkers in my own special way, but
no,
I
no,
think.
I think no, you're not bonkers. You're not bonkers. It's right. It's
Oh,
right. It was
I quite, no, I don't see it as like as offensive or anything. The thing is, I'm very alternative. Like I'm alternative in style. I'm into heavy metal. A metalhead. I'm very alternative in the way I dress and the way I approach my counselling support. And see, this is my spin on this profession is that grief is as individual as the person experiencing it, and my tagline for my business is that it is a service as individual as your grief. Whereas I'm saying that the service I provide is tailored to the person that I'm talking to that day. It's not a
yeah,
one
yeah,
size fits all, but also is to show that, if you have a face to face session with me, I might rock up in my docs and black, all black goth attire, but at least, but that I'm, you
yeah.
know,
But that
I
doesn't matter, does it? That doesn't
exactly.
matter.
It has, and I've got tattoos and purple hair, but it doesn't have an impact on how well I can do my job. I can do my job perfectly well. But what I'm saying is, I'm a bit weird, but I think I'm weird and a bit wonderful, and I think that's what makes me stand out is that I'm a little bit quirky, and I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I prefer coffee anyway.
Well,
So
put it this way, we all love you here. All right,
that's so sweet. Thank you.
all our team loves you here. It's about six of us in our team.
Yeah.
We got
Oh.
counselors on here, everything, and we all.
Hmm.
That's why we keep on having you back.
Oh, that is so sweet. Thank
I'm not
you.
surprised, but after the day she says, no, no, I know now what you thought of me in the beginning.
Yeah, it's like bye, Steve. Bye. Yeah, right. So,
Yeah,
bye.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mike's coming off. That's it. Bye. Yeah.
No, but the trouble
No.
is, we got 2,300 people here at the moment on my radio, right?
Yeah.
No joking. And you know what they're saying? They're
Yeah.
saying, good on you, good on you, good on you. Well done. Well done for what you're doing. At the end of the
Oh.
day, we need pet bereavement. Pet
Yeah.
bereavement, we're all for it. Steve,
Yeah.
shame on you.
Oh dear.
Someone's
Yeah.
calling me a DD, but that's up to them. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Good. Good.
and I don't see something wrong. If
Mm.
the last time I had a pet was what I looked after a pet overnight because I actually adopted it overnight, and it was a
Mm.
dog.
Yeah,
And I love pets, and
yeah,
but the trouble is, if I have another pet and it
mm.
dies, then I
Hmm.
know where to go.
Me,
Yeah, of course you see. There
yeah,
you go.
me. I'm here.
So, folks, at the end of the day, we do need pet bereavement, and
We do.
of
Yeah.
course it does. Yeah,
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people say to me, "Oh, I didn't know such a thing existed," and there are a few of us up and down the country and all over the world, and I think pet bereavement is now. I think the tables are turning a bit and the tide's changing because I don't know if it's just because I'm constantly aware of what I'm doing, but there seem to be so many like pet memorial Etsy shops popping up or
yeah, yeah,
pet bereavement
yeah.
services popping up, and I'm thinking, do you know, 20 years ago when I qualified, there was hardly any of this around. There was just the Blue
I never
Cross,
heard of
and
it. I never heard of
and that
it.
was it. Yeah, and and I've just done some extra courses to complement what I'm already doing because I like to keep on top of my studies and make sure I'm
Yeah, yeah.
providing.
But well
So
done. I think
yeah.
you're absolutely. I think you're brilliant. I think
Oh, thanks. That's
well
sweet.
done. For what you're doing. You
Thank
you
you.
know
Mm.
um you know. I'm only saying it because to get out of trouble. Anyway, I'm only joking.
All's
I'm only
forgiven. You're fine.
joking. I'm only joking. But as I say, people who's listening, look. At the
Mm,
end of the day, right? In the beginning, okay, yes. But now I've changed my opinion. So we all have an opinion. Everybody
mm,
knows me when I'm doing radio and all that lot. I have opinions about everything, okay? And
mm,
that's why I get myself into trouble quite a bit.
yeah.
But I do. And I think we all need pet bereavement because it's like when your partner dies, like a human dies,
Mm,
we do need a bereavement counseling,
mm-hmm.
on the death and everything. And it's like your
Yeah.
pet.
Yeah.
Favorite pet, your favorite pet dies, and you
Mm,
need somebody like you, Kerry,
thank
to
you.
to help you, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They're a part of the family. They're just as valid as any other member of the family, whether human or not. The loss is still valid and is still worthy of grieving and support.
Of course,
So
of course.
yeah.
And I've got your name down on my wall, and it said,
Hmm.
I've got your name down on my wall, and it says, when your wife dies, please contact Kerry. And my wife is not saying nothing, but there you go. But she'll probably boot me later on, but
So if I don't hear from you for a while, it's like Steve's. Yeah, it's like
she's still alive.
okay.
No, but no, I'm only joking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I love it. But
Yeah.
how do you cope with it? Being a kind of, how do you cope? Do you ever get stressed out when people come up to you?
I never mind people talking to me about it. In fact, half the time they're the ones that are edging away from me because I just go into, it's like don't get me started on my specialist topic because I'll have you here for hours. But yeah, no, I don't get, I don't get stressed as in I never get angry or annoyed, even if I'm out
Mm,
and about and I'm not in work mode. I never get annoyed if someone says, "Oh, if I've got a hoodie on that has my name and business on." I never get annoyed if someone says, "Oh, can I just take a business card off you?" I'm like, I'm always in work mode.
mm,
But also during like sessions, again, I'd be in the wrong profession if I got annoyed at actually having to work and got annoyed by the people that are the reason why I'm in a job.
mm,
So no, I mean, I think stress. It's more of if I was to if stress was a factor, I think the only thing that really bothers me is the fact that I know I can't make it all okay. I can I can support people and I can help people see a different perspective and a way
mm,
forward, but I'm upset. I find it stressful that I cannot take the pain away because I know it's part of the healing and I know it has to be felt in order to heal. However, I'm the sort of person that I can't stand to see anybody upset, which is why I think I do this job. I want to make everything better. I was always like, the person that if there was an argument with somebody, I was always one trying to like clear the air and make a joke out
Yeah,
of things and lighten the mood.
yeah,
So I think that's the only thing that bothers me, is that I wish I could just take the pain away, but I also know from a counsellor's point of view that I can't do that because that isn't how it works.
yeah. Are you a bit of a softie?
Yeah, very soft, but I think
Yeah,
that's what helps me do what I do. I'm not ashamed to, like, I cry at Disney films. I cry at any film if there's an animal dies in a film. I mean, I used to watch. I won't say the name because it was a vet show like years ago, and I used to watch that. And if there was a patient on there that had euthanasia, I'd be sat at home like mum and dad,
mm,
bawling my eyes out, and they'd be like, "Why are you crying? You do this for a living. You work in a vet, or you." I said, "Yeah, but this is different because I'm at home and I can cry
mm,
about it, and I can let it all out." But yeah, I think I don't know. I would say that I'm an emotional person, but I'm also very empathetic, and I'm also very sympathetic, and I'm just passionate about what I do. So, you know, um, and I don't think that that's a negative. I think that that's what helps me to do what I do, because I try and really put myself in the shoes of the clients, and you
well
know,
done, well done.
yeah.
Well
Thanks.
done for what you do, because
Thank you.
we need more people like you to kind of like
Oh,
be kind of like helping people get through their bereavement because of their pet.
mm,
And
yeah.
it's I'd never heard of it. I'd never heard of
Mm,
it until I met you firstly, and
mm,
I thought, when I saw you, and I thought, I must contact her.
yeah.
Because I thought at first, I thought, oh, this is going to be a good topic thing. This will be a laugh, you know.
Yeah.
But then after a while listening to you, I was thinking,
Mm.
oh, I've got to change my attitude here. It's not, and
Yeah.
and it's serious. It needs it, and good on
Yeah.
you, good on you. So don't
Thank you.
tell any if anybody comes to you and gives you grief,
Yeah.
tell them that you got a great big pet spider and you know where they live and you're gonna
Yeah.
keep them in
Yeah.
listen. But
Oh,
no,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's
I'll
but
set my
anyway,
rats on them.
yeah, get the rats on them. Yeah, get the
I
rats
set my
on them.
ratty boys on them. Yeah. They'll just lick them to
Yeah,
death. It's fine.
yeah, send the ratting
Yeah.
in there, Roland. Yeah.
Yeah. They just drill stuff up. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Kerry,
Yeah.
thanks very much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Um,
Thank you.
hi guys. Right, okay. If you
Bye.
like what we was talking about, and if you want to kind of like contact Carrie, don't forget to contact her on the emails, or if you're listening on the radio, go to the radio page. You'll see a link. Click on the link. It's everything about her on there, and also our Facebook. And oh, are you on Instagram?
I am. Yes. Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter,
Yes. Yeah. I'm on Twitter.
and she's on Twitter
Accidentally.
too. So please
Yeah.
contact her. And a really nice person. Please contact her, because we all need pet bereavement. If you've got a pet, your pet dies, and you're going to be sad and everything. You need. It's okay. We got our partners, but at the end of the day, we also need, to kind of like grieve over our pet, because
Mm,
it's a loss. It's a part of our family,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I
You're
don't know
welcome.
what you're laughing for. Go away, go away. Right, okay, I've got to get rid of Carrie now, because you.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Uh, there you go, guys. That was Carrie for you, lovely woman. Okay, please, please don't forget, you don't have to suffer alone. Honestly, put all jokes aside, we all do need to kind of like get help if our pet dies. Okay, guys, I'll be back around about 10 o'clock tonight. We're supposed to have had someone before then, Mr. Elvis, but he's not available tonight. So, fortunately, so I'll be back around about 10 o'clock. See you later, guys. Bye bye.